Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let me just get a bit more light on there. So today I'm going to do something which I haven't done for quite some time. I'm going to make some artist trading cards. Now the only reason I'm doing this is because you may have seen on some of my posts on Facebook and Instagram and that kind of stuff, I've got my first pad of papers. Now inside the front cover, I've done some mini ATC sized panels. So you've got 6 on the front and there's also 6 on the back there. So that's what kind of made me want to do these ATCs, just to show that how these can be used as backgrounds for your ATCs, as well as, I mean, you can use the papers themselves for this, but you know, just use up the front and back covers, which we don't normally do. So the colours for this set of papers, now the reason they're called page breakers is because if you're having difficulty starting an art journal page and you don't know where to begin or what colours to use or whatever, use one of these. You can literally just tear this out of the pad, cut it to the size that you want and stick it down onto your art journal page, and then all of a sudden you've got a page full of texture and colour that you can then go away and use to build upon and to add your focal points, your paper dolls, your magazine cutouts, your stamped images or whatever. And if you wanted to get rid of some of the background, knock it back, just use a little bit of gesso over the top and that kind of stuff. So as I was designing these papers, the colour palette for these papers was inspired by a book from 1949, which is this one. I got this at, I can't remember whether it was gifted to me or whether I bought it or whether I saw it somewhere and picked it up, but the colour palette inside, if you look at these kind of muted pinks, there's kind of like peachy colours, pinks, blues. These are blues, not greens. It's just the muted tones of them. So this was a studio book which basically gave you a preview of what films were being released in that year by the studio. So 1949, and that's why it's called preview, because these are the films that were being released in 1949. So, and it just happened to be, I got this while we were still living in Leeds. I actually bought this book in 2000 and I think it was 2017 or 2018, and I had to wait until 2019 before the copyright ran out on it so that I could use it. But it just so happened that it belonged to somebody here in Barnsley, and 158 Summer Lane, I know exactly where it is. But anyway, I digress. So some of the colours, the blues, the pinks, the kind of peachy colours, are what inspired the papers in this pad. So if I show you one of the pages, let's just say, well, those peach colours, you see? And also, let's have a look at one of the other pages, there. You see the colours. These were what inspired by the book. So we've got pinks and we've got blues, which are also feature in those papers too. So anyway, I digress. But I will be using some of the images from this in my artist trading cards. So let me just put that preview book to one side, because I've already got one of the pages from it here. There. It's a very young Kirk Douglas look. I always get Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster mixed up, but that definitely is Kirk Douglas. You can tell by the dimple in the chin. Right, so what I'm going to do is I started planning what I wanted to do with these even before the paper pads had arrived from the printers. So the ATCs that are in there, I've actually printed myself. So let me just show you that one there, look. It's identical, it's the same colour. The only difference being is that when you cut your front cover up, if you buy one of these books, is that'll be on the back. Mine are just plain white, but you can see that the colours are exactly the same because the printer that I've got here will do those kind of professional printed colours. just not at a cheap enough price to be able to produce a padded book, but there you go. Right, so I've got the ATCs from the inside front covers already cut out because they are the correct size. Now I actually chose which ones I wanted to go with those, and now I've just kind of messed it all up, but never mind, it doesn't matter. So I've got those already cut out, ready to go, and I believe there's 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8. So you get 12 on the pad. I just decided to do 8 just because time, really. And I've already cut out 8 sheets of, or 8 pieces of craft cardstock to the same size as the ATC, but I will be cutting these down just slightly, just to show that there is just for the border, just so there's a nice kind of border. I will be putting a sticker on the back with the ATC details on when it's done, but to start off with. So we've got those. I've also got some of the old Tim Holtz photo booth images that I've had in my collection for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. Did I write on the back of the numbers? I did, look. So I know which background goes with which photo. Oh, I'm so organised. Anyway, so I went through the Tim Holtz photo booth collection and I chose 8 images that I want to add to my ATCs. And like I said, I have numbered them so I know which ones go with which. Thinking forward, I like it. I've also pulled out some of these old word chips. So now I'm not going to use the whole quote on the ATC. I'm only going to use one of the words. So like on this one, I'll cut it and just use the word adventure. On this one, I'll probably just use the word life, or maybe even just love. Might get away with this life. That one, it'll just be authentic. And that one, it'll probably just be listen. That one, it'll just be brave. That one, it'll be shine. That one will probably just be trust. And on this one, it might just be theories or thoughts or both. On 2 different ones, I can't remember which one it was. I haven't written the numbers on, haha, but never mind. And I've also got some strips of old newspaper dating from 1894 and 1895. That's the dates on there. June 22nd, 1895. And they are real. They are authentic. Old newspapers. So I'm also going to probably punch out some circles from that, as well as matching the colours up that I think will go well on the ATC from those papers from 1949. So, as I normally do when I'm creating ATCs, particularly when I'm batch making, I'm doing 8 here, is I will normally do one step at a time. So for example, I will layer up these onto here. So I'll cut them down, use some distress ink to go around the edges, I'll cut them up and then glue it down. And then I'll stop the video and I'll go away and do the other 7, and then I'll come back when they're all at the same stage. By the end of the video, you've got 8 complete, if you know what I mean. Right, so we'll start off, let's go through these lot and start off and try and find number 1. There it is, look, number 1. So we'll start off with number 1 and we'll get number 1's photo. That's 6, that's 5, that's 3, that's 4, number 1's photo there. All right, so what have we got? We've got, which way are we going? We're going that way, like that one. Okay, so there's mostly greens in here, so greens and blues. So I've got some distress ink, I've got crushed olive and mermaid lagoon. So what I'll do is I'll grab a distress foam and I'll just go around the edge of the photo in the colour that I've chosen. Pop that there, and then I'm going to just trim off a little bit just so that there's a border about there, and also also will trim off a little bit about there. So I could use my paper trimmer for a more exact trim, but I don't want to. Okay, so we'll just go around the edge. Okay, so that should now fit quite nicely into the middle of that ATC. I should have had a different colour underneath there because that craft card, it doesn't really show up all that well. So I'll get some glue. All right, little squidge of glue on there. And then we can stick that into the middle. And just so that I know what number goes with what, I'll just write number 1 on the back. So I now know that number 1 goes with number 1, and we're probably going to do it that way or that way. Not really sure yet. Right, so now that you've seen me do the first layer on the first artist trading card, I'll go off and do the same thing for the remaining 7, and then I'll meet up with you again when all 7 are done. Can't say fairer than that. Okay, so the first stage is done with all of them. As you can see, I've written the numbers on the back so I know exactly what number goes with which photograph. Some have got larger borders around than some of the other ones. It kind of fluctuates because I did do it all by hand. So what I need to do now is just match up each of the pages, or each one of the ATCs with its respective photograph, just so I can see where I'm going or what I'm doing, just so I know what kind of colours that I need to be looking out for. So because there are, like I said, there are different colours in each one. So that's a blue, so that needs to be a blue there, and then that kind of thing. So I'll just need to go through matching up which one belongs to which. Number 1 is there. Okay, so we need a bluey kind of greeny one for that one. Number 7, that's number 4. Number 2 and number 2. Number 7 and number 7. Number 4 and number 3. So that must be number 4 and number 4 there. And number 3 and number 3. Okay, so let's just have a look to see what kind of colours go with what. Yeah, I think that's okay. Blue there, blue there. So we need, let's see what else we got. Maybe a couple of pinks. Maybe swap a pink over. Ah, that's much better. That goes really well with that one. Right. What else? We need another pink down there. Whoop. That one just tried to escape. So another pink here, I think. And then let's see if we can get a yellow. maybe another yellow down here. Let's see. Yellow seem to be for Danny K. Excellent. Alright, so we'll have yellow up there, just so you can kind of see the process. And then maybe a greeny kind of colour down there. Let's see if we can find a nice green colour. Just have a quick flick through. Just talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Oh, what's that? Is that a dark green? Alan Ladd. Doesn't have any writing on it, but that's fine. We can add some writing with. No, that's too much. Let's see what we've got. Let's go back with blue. I don't want to cover up those squares like that. We need another, I think, a nice cream page for that blue one over in the bottom. I'll say cream, it's more peachy than anything. There we go. For that one there, it's a nice bit of a contrast. Yeah, I like those. This one's a bit of an odd one. Perhaps it does need to be a yellow, because it's not doing it for me. Oh, look. There we go. Who's this one? Rita Hayworth. Lovely. Yeah, that's better. Absolutely. Okay, so what else? I also want to cut the smaller circle maybe. And I did have all my circle punches already out, but we're going to tidy up since. Okay, so perfect, one of those. These don't have to be anything major, as long as they've got some kind of writing on. That one says engine oil, so it can go on his. Are we missing that any? Yep, one more. That one up there. All right. I just need to have a quick tidy up, so I know exactly what's going to happen next, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I've had a bit of a tidy up, sort of, as much as I ever do. So what I need to do now is I've just got some scratch paper here, which is going to help me when I come to start sticking everything together. And like I said, I will do one and then I'll disappear off and then do the others to save a bit of time. So we'll start off with number 7 just because. So I'll grab some glue, and I'm just using a dry glue stick here, and then I'll stick that into the corner. And I'm not bothered about the writing being the right way up, really. And then glue on the back. I'll don't worry, I'm going to be doing this off camera, but like so. And then the small one. And you can be as minimalistic or as maximalistic with your ATs as you want. It's all right. Now I've done that one. I'll go away and do all the other 7, and then I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, all 8 of my ATCs are all stuck down, just using the dry glue stick with the circles glued into the background. Now I think you can agree those colours do match fairly well. I mean, I know that's a little bit darker than the colour in the background, but it's still in that same colour family. And they all do kind of match, I think, anyway, really, really well. So all I need to do now is to decide which words from these word chips I'm going to use up to stick with each one. Obviously, now I'm going to cut them down before I use each one. So let's just say, let's make sure I've got the right scissors for a start. These will actually cut through. Oh, yes, they will. Lovely. Okay, so if I decide I want to put that one there, cool, that's great, I like that. So we'll get some glue. I think it will just become apparent with each one, I think, what the word should be. I think it should feel right. Just get a different pair of scissors because it is a bit difficult trying to get through those ones. Now this one, Brave, I think definitely needs to be on here. And I'd prefer just to have the one word on each one. Or shall we have Brave on that one? No, let's have it on her. And I'm going to put it in a different position on each one. Some of these are going to want to pop up, so I'll have to just keep my finger pressed down or try and find something heavy for it to stand on it. There we go, just to hold it down. Now I think that one definitely needs to be Adventure, and I'll just trim the edge off that a little bit, and I think that definitely needs to be the 2 girls. Because it's not just boys that have adventures. Not anymore. Okay, so the next one, let's do Authentic. Like I said, it just calls to you, you know pretty much which one needs to go where. Let's see, and actually that seems to be there's only 2. No, that's the only one I think where I've put it at the top, isn't it? Interesting. Put that one there. Okay. Let's have that one. Like so. I'm deliberately doing it so that it's breaking out of that circle. That's it, that's holding that one down. Let's do Trust. So that's slamming doors, hopefully Ian going out with the dogs. Okay, so let's have that there. Let's have shine. And that wants to go there, I think. What we got left? We've already got heart, haven't we? So let's do listen. Just because I don't want to colour these, I just want to leave them as they are. There we go. Oh, I've squished all the glue on that one. Right, I need to get a quick brush just to remove it quickly. Because it's PVA, it will dry clear, but it also dries a bit shiny, so I'm just trying to take some of it off. So I don't want it too shiny. There we go. Love it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave those to dry for a few minutes and then I'll be right back. So they've all had a good few minutes to sit and dry, so none of them have curled too much. So I've already done the backs for my ATC, so I just want to add a little bit of bling just to each one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of these tiny little Aurora Borealis gems and I'm just going to add one just to the corner of each one of these little circles, just to add a little bit of sparkle and interest. And then just up there, just to continue that kind of circle theme. On each one. There we go. So I'll put those away now. And then what I'll do is I'll just flip all the cards over. And yes, you can see they're all in numerical order, all in number order. And what I can do now is I can just go around, I can just go and start sticking the backs of these on. Like I said, these are already filled in and all numbered 7 of 8, 8 of 8, 6 of 8, and so on and so forth. So I know which one goes where. That's the wrong glue. Nearly did it again. Forever picking up the wrong glue. So if your cards have kind of, I won't say buckled, but if they've kind of curled, once you add your ATC back on, it should even it out. There we go. And like I said, they're all ready. So what I'll do is I'll go away and do all the others, make sure I get the right number on the right back. And then I'll meet with you again just as I'm finishing number 1, because we'll do it in reverse order. So each one now has the trading card back on it, so all I have to do is just to pop it in its little protective plastic sleeve. There we go. And that's how I like to keep them until I'm ready to trade them. Sometimes they get stuck. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create these artist trading cards using the new page breaker papers. Oh, I can't speak today. I can't get this in here either. Don't forget, if you want to purchase your pad of page breaker paper, they are now available to purchase on the website. They will start shipping from Friday the 3rd of May. There you go. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed watching me create these artist trading cards. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with your friends if you like, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, for more mixed media videos like this one, then you can click that subscribe button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. You can tell I'm trying to work and talk at the same time, and it's not exactly working for me. So that's all from me for now. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.
I love you.
Finish what I've started. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.